Hey, welcome back to the most curious corner of the internet. Here, every tiny fact rewires the way you see the world, one spark at a time. A quick flash of light cuts through the dark. Alright, let's jump into today's surprising twist. Picture this, a world where everything you see is limited by your own eyes. No windows softening the night, no glasses correcting vision, no screens, no labs full of lenses. Nothing between you and reality, except reality itself. Now imagine an ancient fire burning hotter than usual, maybe on a beach, maybe in a kiln, melting sand and minerals into a glossy, transparent solid. This wasn't planned, it wasn't engineered, it was an accident. But that accident created a material so strange, so versatile, that it would eventually let us see stars we didn't know existed, organisms we didn't know were alive, and signals traveling at the speed of light. Glass didn't start as a scientific invention. Glass started as a curiosity, and yet, it quietly rewired the human story. Today, we're traveling from its earliest verified origins in Mesopotamia and Egypt to the revolutions of telescopes, microscopes, and modern fiber optics, a journey that reshaped every field of science. Archaeology gives us our first confirmed glass around 3500 to 2500 BCE in regions of Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt. Excavations in sites like Tel Brock, Ur, and workshops in Amarna and Kontia reveal something striking. Glass wasn't a bulk material, it was precious, treated like gemstones. The earliest pieces, small beads, decorative inlays, patterned vessels, and almost all of them had something in common. They weren't transparent. They were blue, green, or deep red colors crafted intentionally using metal oxides. To ancient craftsmen, glass wasn't a window, it was art. Studies like Rehren 2014 show that early Egyptian and Mesopotamian production involved complex trade networks of raw materials, silica-rich, sand, natron, a naturally occurring soda ash, limestone, copper oxides, for color. These early craftsmen were chemists, long before chemistry had a name. But one thing was still missing: clarity. Even when the Egyptians perfected glass casting and the Mesopotamians mastered glassblowing, almost nobody sought transparency. It's strange to think about. The material that would one day let humans peer across galaxies was trapped inside decorative bowls and amulets. But everything changes in the 1st century BCE. That's when Rome, through refinement, repetition, and a bit of luck, accidentally produces the first truly clear glass. Not crystal clear like today's, but clear enough to let light pass through without obvious distortion. This level of transparency flips a switch. Craftsmen notice that curved glass bulges and bends the world behind it. A primitive magnification effect, a hint of optics. It would take centuries, though, for anyone to understand what that meant. Humanity had stumbled onto a superpower and walked past it. Fast forward to medieval Europe. Places like Venice, especially the island of Murano, become the Silicon Valley of glassmaking. Around the 13th century, something remarkable happens. Reading stones, early magnifying glasses, show up in monasteries and workshops. Imagine a monk struggling to read a manuscript in dim candlelight, then placing a convex glass over the page and suddenly seeing the letters bloom larger. This isn't just convenience. This is the beginning of optical science. From here, things accelerate. 1180 to 1250 CE, convex lenses become common tools. Artisans begin shaping glass intentionally for magnification. Scholars start writing about vision in new ways. By 1300, Europe has eyeglasses. But the real scientific explosion is about to begin, and it centers on a new invention: the tube, with 2 lenses. In 1609, news spreads across Europe. Dutch spectacle makers have built a device that makes distant objects look closer. Galileo hears the rumor. He builds his own, and then he improves it significantly. What he creates is a telescope able to magnify the heavens like never before. In a few nights, Galileo overturns thousands of years of astronomy. He sees craters on the moon. He sees the moons of Jupiter. He sees the phases of Venus. He sees that the Milky Way is made of stars. This is one of the greatest scientific shocks in human history. For the first time, glass wasn't shaping art, glass was shaping cosmic truth. While Galileo looks up, another mind looks down. Antony van Leeuwenhoek, a Dutch fabric merchant, becomes obsessed with making extremely pure, extremely polished, tiny glass spheres. His microscopes are absurdly small, some no bigger than a fingernail, but they're optically superior to almost everything else in the world. Through these microlenses, he discovers bacteria, yeast, blood cells, sperm cells, protozoa, capillaries, in fish and frog tails. He calls them animalcules. This is the birth of microbiology. It changes medicine forever. Before glass, disease was theory. After glass, disease becomes visible. The microscope turns human biology into something we can study, not just guess. Once lenses enter science, glass becomes the quiet engine of progress. Here's what glass enables across the next few centuries. 1700s precision lenses. Astronomy explodes. Navigation improves. Cameras emerge. 1800s photography. Light-sensitive chemicals on glass plates launched the camera era. Early 1900s, screens, cathode tubes, glass vacuum chambers give us the first television displays. Mid-1900s laboratory glassware, borosilicate glass makes chemistry and physics reproducible, safe, scalable. Every scientific discipline starts relying on glass for measurement, observation, and experimentation. Glass is everywhere, but its biggest revolution hasn't arrived yet. In the 1950s and 1960s, researchers begin experimenting with ultra-pure silica fibers, thin threads of glass that can guide light. At first, they lose too much signal. The attenuation is awful to 1000 decibels per kilometer, impossible for communication. Then, in 1973, researchers at Corning Capron, Keck, and Mora make a breakthrough. Ultra-pure glass with attenuation under 20 decibels per kilometer. Suddenly, light can travel kilometers inside a hair-thin fiber. This gives birth to fiber optic cables. Modern telecommunication, high-speed internet, global networks, medical imaging, laser delivery systems. Every video call you make, every message you send, every website you load, it's all light traveling inside glass. The accident on an ancient beach becomes the backbone of the digital world. Here's the twist most people never think about. Glass is not a single invention. Glass is a platform, a material, that repeatedly becomes the foundation of new discoveries. It's the gatekeeper of every level of perception. We see the very large through telescopes. We see the very small through microscopes. We guide light itself through optical fibers. We build computation on purified silicon, a glass cousin. Glass didn't just shape science. Glass shaped humanity's access to reality. What fascinates us most is how fragile this story is. One accident in ancient Mesopotamia, one artisan in Rome polishing clearer glass, one Venetian lensmaker perfecting curvature, one scientist turning a tube skyward, one merchant grinding tiny spheres for no obvious reason, one engineer figuring out how to make glass lose less light. This chain of curiosity, accident, craft, and science is the true engine of civilization. Glass didn't just change what we see, glass changed what we can see, and we're still discovering what else it can reveal. Thanks for hanging out till the end. Love having curious minds here. If this sparked something, hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell for the next drop of wonder. And if you're still in discovery mode, pick another video, it gets even better. See you in the next one.